Hello, namaste everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. This video today is going to be for Scorpio zodiac signs. So if you are a Scorpio ascendant or a Scorpio moon, this video is for you for your transit of Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. Okay, so before we start, please subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon so that you get regular updates. Also, if you would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link below in the description box, www.anmollastrology.com. And under the reading section and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Okay, so before diving into this video, I would suggest you to go for the two more videos I have done for the intro of how Jupiter is going to behave in the sign of Gemini. The links are in the description box. And then you can come back to this video and learn about how it is going to affect you individually. So for Scorpio individuals, this transit of Jupiter is coming into the 8th house because the sign of Gemini for you is in the 8th house. Now, how this is going to affect for you to understand that, you'd first need to know what are the results when 8th house gets activated through transit. So 8th house is the house of secrecy. It's the house of your in-laws. It's the house of your inheritance. It's the house of deep, dark knowledge and deep secrets. That is also the house of illegal activities or something that is hidden. Whatsoever planet is in the 8th house, a person wants to keep that thing hidden from the others or from the people. So 8th house prominently is a very, very important house because whenever it gets activated, your life is going to experience some shakeup because that is the house of sudden events, sudden changes. Like things, the transactions of crypto, gambling, all of these are part of the 8th house. Okay, so when 8th house gets activated, the activation means either it is activated in dasha or it is activated by the transit. Now Jupiter coming into the 8th house means, first of all, see, whenever you see Jupiter's transit, every year it is going to come in for 1 year. Every time you would know that wherever this Jupiter is coming, you're going to get your life lessons regarding that area. You are going to uh, take up responsibility towards that area. That area expands. So there is expansion, there is responsibility, there is lessons, and there is also fortune because Jupiter is the guru. Jupiter is the mentor. Jupiter is the most benefic planet. But trust me, Jupiter is not the only good one. Jupiter is like a hard taskmaster who is make you learn the lesson at any cost. Okay, so now let's dive into the chart so as to get better clarity upon how this Jupiter is going to affect affect the Scorpio people. So now we have, let me just change the color. Right, so we have Scorpio ascendant. Right? So now Jupiter is coming into the 8th house. It is the lord of your 2nd and your 5th house. These two are significant houses for your financial wealth, your financial decisions. Dhan yoga is created with these two houses. Now, if your Jupiter is coming here, that means that your money is going to go towards the eighth house, either towards helping your in-laws or towards making fixed assets, joint assets of your family or with your spouse. This is the time when there is going to be a shakeup within your family environment. Maybe, see, I keep on stressing about inheritance in most of Jupiter and Saturn transit videos, because like me being in India, and I think it's not just the situation of Indians, but it is very much applicable for their people living outside India, that inheritance is something they have to deal with. There is always division between the siblings, division of money, division of property, selling of the ancestral property, getting the ancestral property. So there's so many things about it. And I have seen, ever since, I've started predicting with transits, doing videos on transits, there are a lot of times when I can see that there are inheritance issues that people face. So whenever Jupiter comes into the eighth house, Saturn comes into the eighth house, a person has to experience some sort of shakeup towards getting the inheritance. Some people have to fight for it. Some people have to go for legal battles for it. Or some people have to deal with the situation for a temporary period of time and they just settle it down within the family. That solely depends on how your placements are made, how your natal placements are. But when Jupiter, being the second lord, comes into the eighth house in transit, it would definitely activate that eighth house. So there is going to be decisions regarding inheritance. There are going to be decisions with separating the inheritance, and also you are going to be very calculative about it. You are not going to leave any single penny with that, right? Because Jupiter is in the sign of Mercury, the sign of calculations, the sign of analytic, statistics and everything. So you are going to see Jupiter also. Mercury is the sign where you observe, where you pre-plan things. So when Jupiter comes into that, it wants you to form strategies towards your fixed assets or your inheritance. How do you have to divide it? Now, for those people who do not have inheritance and there is nothing that they think that could be divided among the siblings, this could talk about the assets of your marriage, the assets that you have with your spouse. Or this talks about insurance. This talks about a sudden expense that comes over your head and you will have to deal with it. This also talks about the money from investments, because the fifth lord is Jupiter, and then the transit is going into the eighth house. That means your mind is going to go towards learning what could be the best possible things I could purchase, what could be the best possible investments I can put my money into. So it's like a time period where you would want to earn through your investments, and that's why you're going to put your money into secret things, secret zones, and real estate, fixed assets. You're going to form all of those particular things. Okay, so eighth house is also the house of sudden changes. So when Jupiter comes here, right, it gives you your lesson and wisdom with changes, how you react towards sudden changes, how you react towards sudden expense, sudden gain, or sudden events in your life. That is what Jupiter does in the eighth house, right? It also makes you dive deep into astrology. It now, since eighth house house, I told you guys, that is a house wherever, whatever planet goes into the eighth house, that is more so the thing you are going to keep secret. So you try to keep, secret your conflicts with the family and your knowledge, your wisdom. You try to keep that in a secretive manner, as in that you use your wisdom at certain aspects, but you don't want everyone to know about what your plans are, what your strategies are. So whenever I see Jupiter in the eighth house, I know this person is secretly a very good strategist. And especially with the air signs, they are very amazing strategists. They are very clever, they are very intelligent with, forming dealings or doing things in their life, whatsoever they want to do. Okay, Jupiter also expands the eighth house. It expands your secrecy, it expands your secret events. Okay, and many times I have seen when Jupiter comes into the eighth house, a person can also involve themselves. If specifically there is Venus or there is Mars, these people always sorry, not always, these people sometimes also indulge into secret activities like having a love encounter. Since this is the fifth lord, so there can be a secretive love encounter that you might also have. Right, now let's talk about the aspects. So if we talk about the aspects, the fifth aspect, Jupiter has three aspects: 5, 7, 9. So the fifth aspect comes towards the 12th house. That means Jupiter is going to bless your expenditure. Now, how can Jupiter bless your expenditure? That means Jupiter is going to provide you that amount of money that with whatsoever expenses that you get as a part of your responsibility or as a part of your desires, you are able to accomplish them. So definitely it is going to, extend your it is going to expand your expenses. It will make you travel overseas. It is going to make you invest into fixed assets, as in buying a home. So that way you have a very heavy expenditure. But this also means that this is the time for you to spiritually heal yourself. Since there is Libra in the 12th house and then Jupiter is throwing its fifth aspect, that means you need to seek balance towards the 12th house. You need to seek balance in your spiritual and materialistic life. You would see there's always a tug of war that goes around with Jupiter in the eighth house. Jupiter wants you to dive deep into spirituality, and at the same time, it wants you to be involved in the materialistic side of life. So it's like you are juggling between that situation. That's why the balance is needed in the 12th house for Scorpio ascendants, specifically, because that is the area which keeps you intact. Meditation and connecting to the spiritual self, connecting to your higher self. Okay. Then the fifth aspect on the 12th house also expands your subconscious mind, as in it expands your ideas, right? And also this will make you go to hospitals. Now, it is not necessary that you are not well, so you are going to visit hospital. It just means it makes you go to isolated places, places where one has to deal with their health. Right, so it depends on your natal placements, that whether it's your health or health of the family member or someone else. It just gives you the visitation to either pilgrimages like ashrams, or it gives you visitation to places near water, near nature, or near, or like hospitals, jails, asylums. Okay, so but it definitely, because of the fifth aspect of Jupiter, it does mean that once you go away from your natal land or wherever you are in transit, it's like wherever you are right now, if you're planning to travel, travel is going to initiate your luck, your purva punya bhava, your past life good deeds, because the fifth aspect is on the 12th house. Okay. Now, the seventh aspect is in the second house. And for Scorpios, the wealth is going to be the most important area this year. Jupiter is throwing its seventh aspect, so that's a fortunate one. That's a supportive one. You might require support from your family, but you know what? Jupiter being in Gemini and aspecting and activating the sign of Sagittarius means you'll have to go at war with the family or for your finances. And only after that, you will be only after achieving success into that matter, you will be succeeded towards materialistic wealth. Now, the seventh aspect of Jupiter is there. The 10th aspect of Saturn is there from the fifth house. So it's like you will have to work hard towards finances and also towards getting money or what is yours, just that. Okay. So that's a very, sorry. Yeah, so that becomes a very important area for Scorpio individuals. Scorpio individuals would have kind of a battle-like situation or a situation where they have to form strategies in regards of their finances. And for those Scorpios who have not been earning yet, who are starting to earn now, who are in the process, this is a very important time for the initiation of your finances. You might start earning by yourself. There's going to be, or if you have been earning but not getting good results or good money, this is the time when you'll start getting the results of your hard work. You'll start getting more money. Okay. The seventh aspect of Jupiter is always supportive and it talks about fortune. So it's definitely a very fortunate time for you as well, along with that. Right? So next is the ninth aspect. So the ninth aspect is going to be on another moksha house, which is the fourth house. So ninth aspect is where your lessons are going to come from and also where your fortune lies. So for Scorpio people, your lessons are going to come from the disturbance that you're going to have within your home, or there is something, some secrets you're going to learn about your family, your home, or even, in fact, your mother. Or it can be you are learning now about yourself, your emotions. Okay, so the ninth aspect on the fourth house is actually also giving you fortune related to the fourth house matter, related to your recognition within the home. So there is a respect that we get outside the home, right, towards the 10th house. But there is a kind of respect that we have inside the home, that how much the people we love, our family respects us. That is the fourth house. Okay, so just 1 second. Yeah. So the ninth aspect of Jupiter is going to expand your fourth house. So it expands your research. You will be into research. You will be researching, right? You will be learning something. You'll be learning something innovative. You'll be recognized for your knowledge. You'll be recognized for your wisdom. And you might, after everything that will happen within your home, you are going to be well respected and recognized. Only for that, you'll also have to see the position of your Saturn and the position of your Sun as well. Okay, only then we can confirm that it's on the good side. Okay, but definitely the fortune is there. It's the best time for you to buy a property, buy a home for yourself if you are seeking to do so, or it could even give you renovation within your home. It could even give you purchasing of a vehicle for yourself. Okay, now let's talk about planets. So if we talk about planets, the very first is our king, Sun. So if Sun is in the 8th house and Jupiter comes there, Sun is your 10th lord. Sun works beautifully in the 8th house. I think these people are so ambitious, They do have very secretive ego, and their personality is very secretive. But this Jupiter coming over your sun, it is going to enhance, especially in the eighth house, it is going to enhance your personality. It is going to expand your wealth and give you sense of responsibility in your career. That's why it also talks about promotion for one individual, right? So how your responsibility is going to increase within your career? Only when you are having a promotion. Okay, so it also means there can be a major transformation within your authority in your life and within your authority at your workspace. This also means you will have to work more and research more regarding your skills, regarding technology. There are technical changes you would have to make. Just one thing is there: do not have over explosive ego, because that is going to harm you. Otherwise, this is a brilliant placement and activation towards your wealth, your money. And it could give you some heaviness with the in-laws as well, because of sun and then Jupiter activating it. There can be ego battles with the in-laws, so it's a time where I would suggest you, it's better that you distance yourself with the in-laws for some time, or you just develop that understanding into yourself that you don't have to be arrogant, you don't have to be overly proudy, or you don't have to be rigid with your thought process when it comes to your in-laws. Okay, but this could also mean that your father has to deal with the money issues, or not money issues but some matters related to money or the inheritance. Next we have moon. So Jupiter transiting over Moon in the eighth house. Now, Moon is the lord of your ninth house, that is coming in the eighth house. So, your fortune is actually going towards your in laws. Fortune is going towards, secrecy, fixed assets. So, that is a very good activation. This Jupiter means it expands. It's like a Gaj Kesari yoke for you in the eighth house. That means that your assets are going to expand. There can be some battles for inheritance, but definitely you're going to receive inheritance on this end. You will have to strategize, you'll have to, fight a battle, but then you will be on the receiving side. This also means there's going to be more of liquid cash incoming in at your home. It could be by any means, but it is coming there. The fortune is going towards your in-laws and towards the assets, the joint assets of the family. This also will make you have insurance money, or sudden gain of money, right? It also talks for education, higher education, and learning, a very knowledgeable and wisdom oriented time. With the fluctuations of your life and sudden changes in your life, instability of your life, you are going to learn the lessons, right? So, and also I've seen when Jupiter comes over Moon, it activates Moon, it gives a person sense of responsibility. You will somehow start feeling that I need to help my family, I need to help my in-laws, I am responsible for everyone, I have to help them, I have to fight for them. That is a kind of a situation this develops. And definitely this is something you'll be feeling very secretly, very down in your heart, in your mind. Okay, next we have Mars. Mars is your first lord and your sixth lord coming into the eighth house. Definitely this calls for fights with the family or with the in-laws. So it's like a battle like situation you'll have to deal with. Jupiter will help you with victory in that battle. It will make you strategize very cleverly, very intelligently. But it also does mean that you will have to take up significant changes in your routine life. This could even give you kind of visitation to the hospitals that I've said. It can even give surgery, but this is a very heavy thing to say without knowing the whole chart, to be very honest. See, Mars gets activated, it means cuts, bruises, and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just a minor one, sometimes it could be something significant with the health, but that is something you'll have to, see from your natal placements and your activations of the Vimshottari Dasha as well. But having Mars in the eighth house, like we, you must have heard from many astrologers, then whenever Mars gets activated, just donate a bit of blood, right? Because that is the blood and muscles that Mars represents, and you just have to get it away so as to do the remedy, basically, right? So but Jupiter Mars in the eighth house is a strong placement for you to be a fighter, to be a warrior. So you are going to experience such a situation where you are going to be required to be a warrior. Okay, and you have to fight a battle, you have to very intelligently get out of a battle and gain from it, since the both of the planets are aspecting the second house. So that's a beautiful thing that keeps you very focused and determined with your practical decisions. Okay, now we have Venus. So if Venus is in the eighth house, first of all, getting activated it by Jupiter, Venus is the lord of your 12th house and your 7th house. It has given you very unstable relations with females or with love partners. There has been a sense of loss of love that you feel. You're very promiscuous. You're very, what do we say, playful in love. So this is basically activating your marriage scenario. Definitely it is activating your marriage scenario. And this transit can even give you marriage, it can even give you birth of a child, but it's more of marriage right now. And it could even give you a potential romantic encounter, okay, or at least a physical relationship that you might come into, right? So with Jupiter in the eighth house, that's definitely a very, very knowledgeable time, a time where you will be interacting with tons of astrologers, or just you're learning astrology on your own, online, online or through someone. Because this is a time where you just are very curious about knowledge. You want to get all of the knowledge all at once. You're like, you're hungry for knowledge. Okay, but be aware of this fact. This could even give you a relationship with a person who is living at a very far distance. Okay, and that person can be somehow associated with any of your common friends, right? It could even be the common with the family knowns. Okay, but it definitely increases your wealth, it increases your expenditure over luxury things, right? It also is a very spiritual transit, I would say. Now next we have Mercury. So if you have Mercury in the eighth house, and then Jupiter is coming over it. Mercury is the lord of your eighth and the 11th house. Definitely this is about receiving wealth, or it's like now the calculations are being done. How much is yours? How much is for that person? So it could be the hisab or the calculation, the negotiation with the spouse or with the inheritance with the family members. So this also talks about fame for an individual. They are recognized for their speech. They can be highly misunderstood by the in-laws as well, right? This also means that these individuals, have a uh, it's kind that you like to have secretive communication. You like to talk about secrets, you like to talk about hidden things. Now this Jupiter is going to first give you lessons with that whether or not you should do that in your life, right? Whether or not that is something which is required by you in life, right? So it's like a kind of lesson you'll have to learn with it. Jupiter, Mercury also creates misunderstanding because it's like a one planet of wisdom and one planet of gossip, right? And both of them love to communicate. Both of them love to celebrate and love to announce things. So it's like you are required to keep your communication hidden. You are required to talk about your achievements only after those are happened, and not just boast about it. This is the time where you have karma related to boasting. Okay. And it is a kind of a, Jupiter will try to stabilize this Mercury. It will try to bring in stability in your life, but for first it will give you that unstable environment so as to give you stability in the coming time. It also means that you will network, you will make no social networks with very influential and people, with very, how do we say that, like underworld, like very hideous people, or very what do I call it, just, yeah, I thought you got my point. So you will have to watch over your friend circle as well, because those individuals can be very, you know shady, right? So that is also one karma it is going to give you. Okay. Now next we have Saturn. So with Saturn is the lord of your third and the fourth house. It is coming into the eighth. Now Jupiter is coming over it. You will have to heal your childhood traumas. You will have to heal your rigidity, your stubbornness. The way your mind goes from one place to another, your emotion goes from one place to another. This is the time for you to get stable. This is the time for you to heal that self of yours. This can initiate, travel for an individual, and travel to for settlement, for settling. Okay. So it can call for shift of residence or renovating your home. It can even create opportunities for buying a vehicle or a home or a fixed asset. But this is a very transformating time for you. This is a time where you are going to definitely manifest and, accomplish a lot of your goals, or you will just start the journey of doing so. But as far as lessons are concerned, karma is concerned, it's a karmic time. It's a heavy, responsible time for you. It's a time which will bring in changes for you, whether you like it or you're not. Now, Rahu. Rahu in the eighth house. It can make you rich overnight. It can make you lose your money overnight. I remember my husband was telling me the other day that there was a man in Bihar, I suppose, and he just, he just invested 40 rupees, 40 rupees, as low as 40 rupees on an application called as Dream 11. And I have seen its ad many times watching IPL. So he told me that with an investment of 40 rupees on a bet, he he got 4 crores as the winning amount. Imagine, that's something that you can see with Saturn and Rahu at such a position involved with the eighth house, right? And getting activated. That is something that is like a straightaway example I can give you for these people. It will bring in sudden changes. You definitely need to see how your Mercury is placed, how your natal Jupiter is placed, how the other transits are. But it definitely would bring in a massive change into your life. Be as secretive as you can. Nazar is real for you. For now, at least for a year. Right? It can even suddenly explode your wealth and fortune. Right? So, a quite promising time period. It also means that you will be learning astrology, occult, occult sciences in a very different and very unorthodox manner. It also means that you will be involved into very unorthodox activities as well. You will encounter yourself with foreign individuals also. So there are many things you can expect, many sudden things coming in, sudden insurance money, sudden that you're getting, or sudden money in a way that you might get. It also talks about sudden changes within one's life. It could even make you shift, go away from your homeland, go away from your family, settle yourself at a distance. That is also something you would see, but it definitely makes you research on technicalities and technical subjects. It just makes you get knowledge, like it's an endless hunger of knowledge. But you need to put in your efforts, put in your skills, refine your knowledge so as to get that into out there in as a part of your career. And also this is the time when you will feel that I just want to rebel. I just want to rebel. Especially there could be disturbances with the in-laws. But as far as money is concerned, it is kind of healing that area. Now if Ketu is in your eighth house, so I always say Jupiter guides Ketu. Whenever it comes over Ketu, it makes you understand what is hidden. And this is the most important transit for a Scorpio rising with Ketu in the eighth house. It is going to make you understand the psychology of people. It is going to make you understand who is your hidden enemy. Jupiter, when comes over Ketu, if comes over Jupiter, that refines your wisdom. That actually gives you wisdom. Okay. So next we have Jupiter itself. So if Jupiter is in the eighth house, okay, before that, let me come back to Ketu because I think I have talked less about Ketu. So Ketu in the eighth house also will make you research on knowledge and technical subjects related to uh related to technology, related to AI and things like that. It also detaches you from the in-laws or from the family. So there will be some significant event related to family, related to inheritance that you will have to deal with. Also related to health also. It's kind of a heartbreak, isolated situation I see with Jupiter coming over Ketu. Now Jupiter over Jupiter, right? So Jupiter coming over Jupiter in the eighth house, it activates your second and fifth house, fifth lord. So it can give you birth of a child, a secret romantic relationship, or increase and expansion in your wealth. It will give you wisdom through secret sources, through sudden changes in your life. It is also going to allow you to relocate and expand your home, expand your expenses. Okay, it will give you the responsibility towards children or towards your family. It will make you research on technical and subjects related to technology. It will make you dive deeper into astrology as well, occult sciences as well. It will also make you fight for a cause. It also activates marriage for you. I think I must have told that already. Okay, guys. So this was my analysis for Scorpio zodiac signs. I hope this gives you good insights and help you make your decisions accordingly. Okay, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Take care.